Hello everybody. It's December the 2nd, second day of Vlogmas. And I've just been sitting in the sun here today, going through a really old photo album that belonged to my mom. It's actually not even a photo album, it's a scrapbook. And Mom kept a lot of things over the years. And I have actually stumbled on something that I wanted to share with you. Yesterday I played you a song from 1944 from the movie Meet Me in St. Louis. And in this scrapbook I have found, a whole bunch of Christmas cards from 1940s. The earliest one I found in here is from 1940, and they go all the way to, I think, 1946 or 47, something like that. And then there's some in here where she hasn't written the date. She was really good about that. She wrote the date beside the card so that, I guess whoever was going to inherit this book would know when they came from. But it got me to thinking about Christmas cards. Not many people send them anymore. I send a few, but every year it's less and less. And believe you me, the Christmas cards that we send now are nowhere near as beautiful as the ones that were sent in 1944. So I thought that I would take you over to the table and let's look at some of these beauties. Let's go back again, once again, to the 1940s. Okay. I decided to take some of the cards out of the scrapbook because I wanted to open them up, and it was a little easier to do that if they were out of the scrapbook. So let's go through some of these beautiful cards. Now these are made of paper. They're not cardstock like what we have today. And look at the graphics on them. How beautiful. And I love that the inside is printed as well. So this one must have a letter inside of it. Yeah, that's what they did. Oh, and it's in German. This one is from 1940. I can't read German, so I don't know what it says. But it's to my mother, so she must not have been married yet. How beautiful. Look at this little one. It's like a record play, like a 45 record. And look at the gold on it. This one's from 1940 as well. And don't know. No. A lot of them have letters inside of them. But you could do that with these kind of cards because they opened up. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? In tune with the bells of Christmas, as merrily they chime, may your heart be blessed with gladness at this most joyous time. And a lot of these have a Bible verse in them, which would have been, this one has a letter. This is from 1944. Yeah, a lot of them have a Bible verse in them because that's what Christmas is all about. I love the font. Look at the fancy font. We don't see cards like that anymore. Does this one have a letter? Yeah, it does. To Ernest Joan Wayne. So my parents were married already and they had their first child. Then be you glad, good people, at the time of the year, and light up your candles, for his star is shineth clear. An old carol. Is there a letter in this one? Nope. Grace and peace at Christmas time. No letter. This one I find kind of modern for this era, to be honest with you. Maybe during the war, things were not as plentiful, but I love what it says. The door swings wide at Christmas tide. The latch hangs free for you. A Merry Christmas waits inside. Happy New Year too. Here's a beautiful one. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the inside of it. It's just so pretty. The warmest of friendships and a world of good cheer in the wish. It's so lovely. This has sort of got embossing along this part here. No letter. This one was from 1945. See the glitter on the tree? This one's from 1945 as well. So during the war, my mom and dad were living in Noranda, Quebec. My father had a heart murmur, so he couldn't be in the war. So he went to Noranda, Quebec, and worked in the nickel mines where they made parts for airplanes and stuff like that. Sorry. So a lot of these would have been sent from, these are all relatives, sent from home to them while they were away from home. I suppose that's why she kept them. Look at the font. I think it's just so beautiful to see that in a card. Here's one of my favorites. I love this one. Look at this one. Isn't this gorgeous? Foil all around it. That's lovely. You don't find cards like that now. And the inside is lovely as well. May undimmed hope, a beacon shining through the night, bring you peaceful hours that make your Christmas bright. Is there a letter in this one? Nope. I love this. I'd love to receive a card like this. Anytime. And this one, I really love this one. You know, yesterday I played you a piece from 1944 from a movie, Meet Me in St. Louis. And I played that because I like the song, but I also play it because I love that era. And all of these cards are from that era. But in particular, my husband and I both, we love the movies from that era. And this kind of image is an image that makes me think of that era. Christmas in Connecticut, you know, the house that they were in. This would have been the image of that era, very much so. So there was Christmas in Connecticut, White Christmas, The Bells of St. Mary's, Going My Way, all of those beautiful old Christmas movies are just wonderful. Meet Me in St. Louis, that was another one. This makes me think of those. Lovely. This one has some foil on the top of it. This one's kind of plain. It doesn't really look like it would be that old, but this one's from 1941. Oh, and it's in German as well. My grandparents were both German, and they had a lot of family still in what they used to call the old country. And I suppose the only time that they communicated really back then would have been at Christmas. They didn't see one another, but they wrote, they would have written a card and a letter at Christmas time. This is pretty different. This is 1940. So Christmas cards were a very special thing because back then they didn't get on the phone and have a chat. They didn't get on the internet and have a chat or on FaceTime, or they sent a card or a letter, and at Christmas time you got a card, and that just meant so much. This one's 1940 as well. And it's too bad that we don't do that anymore. I mean, I send a few cards, but I don't send a lot, and every year I send less. This one's 1940. It's a pretty one. Yeah, every year I send less. And every year I receive less. People don't have time. It's expensive to buy cards. It's expensive to send cards. There's a lot of cards like this one in her book. Obviously, this was a very popular card in the 40s. And look at the font on it. Isn't it beautiful? It's gorgeous. And then I have a bunch of cards from the war, and these were sent to my parents. A couple were from my uncle. This one was from my uncle. He was in the Royal Canadian Air Force, and that's where this insignia is from. And this is interesting. Look at this. Number 3M Depot, RCAF, Edmonton, Alberta. That must have been where he was stationed out of, and he wrote in it. And I think there's another one in here from him. Just let me see. We'll get to it. This card, oh, here it is. This one I think was from him too. Christmas 1944. Yeah. Obviously he was in England then. A village church, an English view, a place of beauty, a thought of you, the season's greetings, from freedom's lair to those at home for whom we care. So he must have been in England in 1944, my Uncle Scott. These are precious. They really are. Now this one and this one, I think, let me see first. Yeah, this card, it has flocking on it. This was from a friend of my dad's, his best friend actually. Excuse me. He was also in the RAF, and he never came back. He was shot down and died. And this is a letter from him to my dad. Christmas 1943. I would think
that this would be, I don't know if this has got a year on it anywhere. This is 1945. Look at that. Just look at the graphic on it. And even inside, look at, isn't it beautiful? I think that's gorgeous. And then there's this one that also is so pretty. It's a ship in a bottle. Look at it glitter. Still, after all these years, the glitter is there. And it too has a Bible verse on it. Isn't that pretty? And let me see. Oh, look at this one. This one. Look at the glitter on it. That's lovely. This one is from 1946. I love this one. This is one of my favorite ones. Cheerio. But wait till you see the inside. Isn't that great? I think that's just stunning. Lovely. And then I have a few from Germany. These would have been sent to my grandparents probably before the 40s, I would think. And these would have been sent by family in Germany to my grandparents. This one, and they're all in German, so I can't really read them. And they don't have an address, so I'm thinking that they must have been in an envelope. So there's this one, and there's this beautiful card. Look at the inside of this. Look at the writing. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't read it. There's no letter. I really should take these to my older cousins and see if they can read. Some of them can read German, but I can't. It's beautiful. And then another postcard from Germany. And this one also, this is 1949. This one also has no address, so it must have come in an envelope. And the same thing with this one. I wish I could read it. But my very, very, very favorite one is this one. I love this so much. And this is very old. This one was to my grandfather. I think it's 1936. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? I love this. And it's well done. Look at their writing. Family chic. I can read a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, so these are treasures, are they not? I'm so glad my mom kept things because I can pass this down to my son. But I want to put all of these beautiful cards into an acid-free album so that they're preserved much better. These were just stuck into an old scrapbook, and they've survived this well. But I want to make sure that they survive longer. So you have cards like this, and you have cards like this. And where's that other one that I love so much? Where is it? And you think about the cards that are available today. So I bought some cards. This one. This one's 1946. I bought some cards because I'm going to send a few cards out. And these are what I bought. Okay, so I didn't splurge. I didn't buy Hallmark cards. I can't afford Hallmark cards, actually. But look at these compared to these. There's no comparison, really, is there? And inside, there's really not much in there. You know, they're kind of a disappointment. So it's nice to have something like this. These are real treasures to me. I do have a couple of cards that I bought years ago. I actually bought a whole set of these. And these were from a person who had, a young fellow who had autism or Asperger's disease. And he painted these. And there was a whole set of them, and they were all his designs. So I've only got 2 left. I'll read what it says on the back. Born in Winnipeg, a talented young artist creates works of art in many various mediums, pieces shown locally and throughout North America, despite living with Asperger autism, works professionally as an artist. These I don't mind sending because it's representing somebody who has worked with their struggles and produced something absolutely gorgeous. So there's another walk through the past. I hope you enjoyed these beautiful cards as much as I have enjoyed them, and I'm really glad I ran across that album when I was going through things in my crafts room. So we'll wrap this up for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.